You ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Let's go live. Watercolor happy hour. Hello, everyone.
Hi, sweet friend. Welcome to Watercolor Happy Hour. This is a special episode because it's just going to be a happy hour episode. I'm a little tired. I went to an awesome women's event. It was called DC Women's Leadership Symposium. It was awesome, but I'm very tired because it's been a while since I've been attending these types of events. But we decided to still do the show because Dan's not tired.
Yes, I've been in front of a computer all day and coding and messing around with data and all that junk. So I am ready to make a cocktail for you guys, especially because Volta's given me carte blanche to talk about whatever the heck I want to.
Yay.
And today we've got so much cool stuff to talk about because we are using an Armenian cognac. Oh my God, it's such a fun story to tell about how we found out about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you guys ever have your refrigerator start flooding and all of a sudden there's water on the ground? All right, so I can talk about whatever today. So if your refrigerator starts flooding, you'll see a pool of water start coming out from the bottom of it. Don't panic. That 99 times out of 100 means that you have a plugged drain. So there's a little drain. As water evaporates, it kind of as the
Okay,
there's an evaporator in the back.
I said you can lead the show.
Yes. Uh-huh. Ooh. Okay. Yes. So whatever. The water. The way that a refrigerator cools is that there's these coils in the back, and then the stuff evaporates, and that's how it dissipates heat. But then that water has to drain off. However, sometimes it freezes and it gets all plugged up, and that water has nowhere to go, so it goes out onto your floor.
So anyway, we called a technician.
Yes, we called a technician. Excuse me, I thought you were tired.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, well, we called a technician because I've done it before, and oh my God, it's a nightmare, so don't try to do it yourself. Called a technician, and as soon as this guy shows up, he takes one look at Volta, and he starts speaking Russian.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like he just knew I was from Eastern Europe, and turns out he is from Armenia. So, because of the Soviet Union, he, I guess, also grew up speaking Russian. So anyway, we found a common language outside of English. So it was really cool. And he did fix our fridge.
Mm-hmm.
But along with that, he also mentioned a cognac. I don't remember how we got into the subject of food and drinks with a fridge technician, but
he noticed my collection, I'm sure, so started talking to me about liquor, and I mentioned Moldovan cognac, and he said, "Oh well, Armenian cognac is way better than Moldovan cognac." And if you guys aren't familiar, and Anthony, yes, to answer your question, you're saying who's that whiskey? It is a cognac, which does not fall into the realm of whiskeys because it's not made with grains, but it's made in almost exactly the same way. Just this is technically a brandy, not a cognac. Everyone in any of the former Soviet states insists on calling whatever brandy they create cognac. It is not. Cognac comes from the Cognac region of France. Don't tell that to any of them. Especially the Moldovans.
Say cognac on here?
I don't believe it can. No, it says brandy. An exceptional velvety blend of brandy spirits.
All right.
But no, they are brandies, and a brandy distinguishes itself from a whiskey because a brandy is made with grape. It's wine that's then been boiled off with the alcohol, and that alcohol goes into a barrel, and then it's treated just like whiskey or scotch, more specifically. Because they tend not to be charred, at least not much at all. Whereas like a bourbon is very heavily charred, and that's where it gets that smoky flavor. Most brandies, and especially cognacs and armagnacs, tend to be aged a much longer time in much lighter charred, if at all, barrels. They tend to be like ex-wine barrels versus like a charred new oak barrel in a bourbon. Okay, all right, I'm excited. Yes. So this specific one is the brand he recommended, Ararat, which I just learned is also owned by our friends at Pernod Ricard. So it's a nice play on one of our favorite. What is the right word for it? It's not distilleries. Importers, bottlers. I don't know what the word for.
I think they're just the
distributors.
Yeah,
distributors. Yeah, so like Diego, Pernod Ricard, all those big distribution companies that are just kind of like holding firms that own a bunch of different bottles. Yes. yes, Ross.
Indeed.
Just one.
So
let's hope we don't steal it.
Yes.
But yeah, and yes, Anthony. Yeah, brandy. I will say I've been enjoying brandies and rums and other things. So rum is sugarcane, whereas brandy is grape. But I've been enjoying those a little more. I've been dipping my toes into those water. I've been a Scotch and whiskey guy most of my drinking career, so to speak. But I will say, this is good stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's very smooth. Even I didn't mind it, and I don't like heavy things like that. So.
Yeah, I like it. Yes, the moms are talking to each other now. Yeah, I like our community.
And a quick thing before you share the process.
Mm-hmm.
We are not painting a watercolor today, but I will after the show. I'm gonna look through everyone that left a comment, and I'll just randomly do a pick, and I will send you a watercolor illustration of the cocktail that Dan's gonna make tonight. So I'll reach out to the winner and send it to you just as a way to say thank you for watching our show and being here.
Yeah. Oh, so a nice little
an original
cocktail giveaway of an original painting. So chat it up, people. Get your name in there a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So David, question on proof and strength. This, as the case with most cognacs, has been proofed down. Most brandies has been proofed down to 40% or 80 proof. There is, I read online, a 45% version. I think that one, if you can find it, will taste a lot better. I tend to like a little higher proof in my whiskeys, brandies, whatever, than 40. 40 tastes a little watery to me. But if you're somebody that equates smoothness with quality, the 40% is the way to go. But yeah, so on that note, I'm going to start making this cocktail. It's a very easy, very simple cocktail.
Yeah. So why is it called a sidecar? Blackberry Sidecar, and it's slightly adjusted recipe.
Yes.
Kind of.
If you look up I think they call it a Blackberry Sidecar.
Blackberry Sidecar, yeah.
Blackberry Sidecar. They'll use blackberry brandy versus blackberry brandy and a simple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
What we've used is blackberry syrup that we've made with a bunch of blackberries that we happen to have on hand. If you've seen any of the previous episodes, the process for making these fruit syrups is pretty simple. Equal parts by weight, water and sugar, and then dump in a bunch of berries. I try to keep it equal by weight of the berries, sugar, and water, but you can do a little bit less of the fruit. You can really stretch them out depending on how you want to do it. That said, we like to stuff this full of fruit and juice, so this is just saturated with blackberries. I think I added a little orange peel too.
Oh, okay.
Added a little orange peel, just a little flavor, a little zhuzhing. And yes, I am sorry, David, that there's no painting today. I promise next week it will be the full date night.
Yeah.
Instead, you get to listen to me ramble while Volta indoors.
I'm enjoying sitting down.
Yeah. I know it. I'm sorry that you're tired. But yeah, so what we're going to do, this is a built cocktail. And I love a good built cocktail because that means that I don't have to shake anything. I don't have to make a bunch of noises. Yeah, barely an inconvenience.
Like if you want to make it for your brunch friends, this is easy, right?
Yes, very easy.
You have like a sidecar, blackberries.
Yes.
Oh, could this work with like a raspberry syrup, like a sidecar with another fruit?
It can work with whatever. You want to make a peach sidecar. You want to make a raspberry sidecar. You want to make, I don't know, a blueberry sidecar. It is all about me tonight. That's my kind of day.
Sorry, David. Yeah. Next time.
I will say, though, that like a raspberry or a blackberry
will
probably work better than a peach. If you're using peach, you would probably want a little more acidity. We're only going to add a little bit of lemon juice to this, just to bring out that just brightness. If you're using something that's very sweet, because there is some acidity in blackberry, you probably want to add more acid. But everything's personal taste. I tend to like my cocktails lower on the acidic side. Other people like them very, very bright. But that's up to you. Oh, by the way, I just poured 2 ounces of cognac into this. And now we're just going to add...
Not cognac, it's brandy.
Brandy, yes, sorry. We're at brandy. We're going to add roughly a half ounce, maybe a scotch more of Cointreau. Now we're using Cointreau as opposed to a traditional triple sec, just to kind of highlight the complexity of the brandy. It's also a little less pronounced than triple sec, so that's why I'm adding a bit more. We're also not as sweet as triple sec, so that's why I'm also adding a little bit more of it, so that it can balance out the slightly less sweet raspberry syrup, to which I'm going to add half an ounce.
Not raspberry, blackberry.
Blackberry, excuse me, yes. Half an ounce. And we've effectively
it's so
made...
pretty. Look at that. It's already like watercolor.
Yeah, you see that flow, that nice little that nice cool flow of it. And we're going to use the remainder of our super juice. And this stuff keeps forever. This is the same super juice we've been using for like 3 weeks. That was made with 1 lemon. I think I've shared it, or I've talked about it.
I need to make a graphic, and so people can.
Yes, it's nothing like a little bit of citric acid and 1 lemon and lemon rind. Wow. Yes. Oh, thank you, Yolanda. I love them too. That's why I keep giving them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Volta's sick of them because she's heard it 100 times. Let me be all pedantic about all this stuff.
Wow, is this cocktail done or what?
This cocktail is basically done, but I do want to make it look like somewhat similar to the one that you drew. So I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to take a skewer. Where is a skewer? Here's one. I think that you had a skewer of blackberries.
Oh, yeah. It was like sideways. It was like this.
Like this? Were the blackberries upright or were they sideways? Okay, good. Yeah, because it's a lot easier. Blackberries tend to be kind of hard to skewer.
Yeah.
Because they are they have all these like weird bubbles. So if you skewer them through the top, they kind of have their own built-in guide. Most of them. This one seems to not be that way. But yeah, there's a little stem inside the blackberry that can give it a bit of structural integrity. Kind of yeah, that was not a good one. Falling apart. We'll ignore that guy. There you go. Yeah, it'll get a little resistance. Yeah, ignore the one that's kind of drooping.
That works.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Hey, look at that. They're kind of in order, too.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. And
beautiful.
Yeah, look at that. See?
Wow.
See? And Volta wanted a lemon ring.
Uh-huh.
I don't like wasting fruit, so I don't like using rings, but in the case of
art, are you calling me wasteful? I don't like wasting fruit either.
You end up with like a bunch of like junk on the edges. but I will do this. Oh, and you'll notice that sliced very smoothly. Since I have the floor today, if you all are not sharpening your own knives,
oh my god,
you can get these guys.
that's why you got this out.
I did. That's why I kept it out, because I wanted to talk about my whetstone. These things, you can get a near professional grade whetstone for like $20. Which one is this? The Shapton. It is orange medium. I think it's 400, but double check. It's almost a meme in the knife sharpening community that these Shapton 400s are just like the do-it-all. It's the orange medium one. It's the orange one. That's the one. I don't know if it's 400 or not. But yes, it is. It is a meme that it is the easiest whetstone to use. And it's a splash whetstone. It's not a soak. So it makes things much easier, and you can get those smooth cuts. And yes, I'm even crazy enough to sharpen my own shun. I don't care. It works. Don't buy into that you have to send these things off to get sharpened. You can do it yourself. Just if you haven't done it before, try on a cheaper knife first. But yeah, you can totally sharpen your own knife. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is just feel for the edge. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. If anybody wants me to do a whole TED Talk on knife sharpening, I can do that as well. If you're here for it, I'm here for it. I know you guys love my stuff. Yes, I do have the
lemonade.
See, David's worrying about me wasting fruit. You see, I'm sacrificing my values
We're not gonna
for
waste
this show.
Fruit. I'm gonna eat this.
But you already made eyes with it.
I'm gonna eat the slice and this.
And this, you're gonna eat that. Well, we can use it for something. We can make more super juice.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so there you go.
Wow, it's so pretty.
It is pretty, isn't it? And there you have it. The Blackberry Sidecar. Oh, and
thank you.
I believe, don't quote me on this, I should have looked that up, but a sidecar, I think, was made because they would put the cognac in a glass beside it, like in a shot glass, and then you would pour it in, or you would drink it and then chase it.
Okay,
I think that's why they called it a sidecar. Don't quote me on that. I will look that up and let you all know. As I plan for my TED Talk, Yolanda said I should give a TED Talk, so I'm going to do it.
Okay. On knives.
On knife sharpening and super juice.
And other life lessons.
And all my other strong opinions. If you guys say anything about anything, I probably have an opinion on it.
That is very good. It tastes like very like not like it's not strong. It doesn't taste like strong alcohol.
Yeah.
It's smooth, and I like that the lemon comes through too. So it's like refreshing from the lemon.
Yeah, you can actually taste every ingredient in this. It works well. So yeah, I don't think it would work as well with regular triple sec versus Cointreau. You could probably get away with dry curacao because it's a less sweeter version. But when you're using cognac or brandy, it has an inherent sweetness to it, but you're also balancing it with a less sweet juice. So you kind of have to just go by taste to your own palate, your own preference. But yeah, that's a good drink. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. And that's about all the things that I've got slotted to talk about.
Yeah.
I guess I could talk about the tasting notes on this cognac.
Okay.
Because it is a little lighter than most. I usually gravitate towards really stronger flavors, but this is, like Volta said, it's smooth. It's more on the vanilla and pear side. There's a bit of pepperiness to it. There's a little bit of alcohol. This used to be a 10-year. They went non-age statement. So if you look online, you'll see ones that are labeled as 10-year, but then you'll see these that are VSOP. VSOP legally means 4 years, similar to bottled and bond. XO is 10 years. Them going non-age statement means that they might be a little younger than 10. I believe that is the case. It doesn't taste like a 10-year aged cognac to me. That said, it still tastes pretty good. And getting a decent quality VSOP for $45 is a good deal, because you're going to spend more than that for a VSOP from Remy Martin or Hennessy, Courvoisier, any of the big names. And this definitely supersedes those guys. So if you have the choice and you really want a cognac and you want to spend less than $50, I would highly recommend this one. That said, you can probably bump up just a little bit and get a decent one. Cognac, the $50 range is a weird range for cognac, because you have a lot of like junk in the 30s, and then you've got a lot of really good stuff in the low hundreds. But at 50, yeah, if you want something that's just a bump up from the VS, from the stuff that you may have tried because you didn't want to invest a lot of money, this is a good way to dip your toes into that world without breaking the bank. Yeah, VSOP, very superior old pale.
Oh wow!
I believe it's a
very superior.
I believe it's a
VIP.
Yeah,
very VIP.
Very VIP. Yeah, it's a designation for age in cognacs. There's VS, very superior, which means 2 years. VSOP, which means 4 years, and XO, which either means 8 or 10 years of aging in the barrel, not in the bottle. Unlike wine, anything high alcohol does not age in the bottle at all. So it's been aged in a barrel for at least 8 or 10 years if you see XO.
Price range.
Which is why you'll see, commiserate on price. This price range, you're going to find it between $40 to $50 most of the time. You will pay for a label on things like Remy Martin and Hennessy. So for VSOP, for Hennessy, Courvoisier, you're going to be paying around 70 to 80, give or take. The VS, that's what most people see. Those are around, you're going to see 30 to 40. I honestly would not try, if you want to try drinking a cognac, especially by itself, and the VSOP, that's for brandy as well. But if you want to try tasting any of those just by themselves, drinking them neat, I would not go with VS. It's going to taste harsh. You're still going to get a lot of alcohol, because that alcohol hasn't had a chance to kind of evaporate in the barrel, and there hasn't been a lot of time for flavor to kind of intermingle with the brandy that they poured into it. Or I guess I should say the grappa, basically, the distilled wine, which they've poured in. So yeah, VSOP if you're trying to dip your toes into it. XO if you're trying to do something luxurious. I can guarantee you, if you get any of the ones that are XO that are around 100 to 150, even up to 200, if you get any of those, they're going to taste delicious. But that said, you may want to try something like this just to make sure you like the flavor. And then if you say, okay, boy, if I could only imagine this sweeter and with more of a mouthfeel and more like plums and baking spices and fruits, if that sounds appealing to you, then yeah, on a special occasion, invest in one of the XOs. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just went in the zone again.
You totally did.
I do. Sometimes
you know so much about this stuff.
Sometimes I just weave a tapestry of words in my own head.
Tapestry.
As I get excited. Give me a stage. I will completely monopolize it. This was your fault, Volta, for being tired.
Yes, totally my fault. But this is a delicious cocktail, so highly recommend.
Yes.
It's your summer brunch beverage.
Excellent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yes. Well, anytime, if you guys make comments, shoot me a DM on LinkedIn if you want. If you have any questions or want recommendations on a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried a lot.
Dan's got some recommendations for sure.
I have opinions on certain things.
And recommendations.
Yeah. What can I say?
And I have recommendations about watercolor brands and watercolor stuff in general. So
yes. Oh man. Okay. Well, all right, guys. There's no watercolor today, unfortunately.
But I will go and make a list and then like randomly choose a winner, and I'll get in touch with you and send you a watercolor version of this cocktail right here. It's just like this, but you're gonna be able to just look at it, not drink it.
Whoops. I wanted some of these blackberries.
Okay.
Delicious. Ow.
Thank you everyone so much for joining in. We hope you have a great upcoming holiday weekend-ish.
Yes, it is a holiday weekend.
Hope you get some rest. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
If all goes well, unless we're both all extroverted out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible for me, but
yeah. If we might, but we also might not. Yeah.
No, we will.
You will. Okay.
We will. We've got peaches.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we do have peaches. Okay, I'm really excited about that. Watercolor withdrawal. Oh, sorry, David. Gosh. We'll be back. Have a great rest of your week.
Everybody.
Bye. Bye.